real estate,
Right.
and you ask him, where do you keep your serious money? In IUL.
Wow.
See, he's smart. He keeps it in the IUL.
Wow. That's the equity.
So Doug, what would be a script that you would use for business owners if you were prospecting business owners to get them to sit down for an IUL appointment? What would be your script?
For like the banking, for working
To get
capital.
them interested. To get them interested.
Working
Well,
capital.
it's like I told you a minute ago. Many times I'll say, Mr. Business Owner, let me ask you a few questions about your business. Before you start getting into key man insurance or buy-sell agreements or whatever, do you have working capital that you keep in a bank or credit union when you run your business and buy inventory and so forth? And like, if they say, I have 200,000.
Yeah.
Well, how often do you dip into all 200,000? Oh, rare.
Oh my gosh.
Well, okay. How much of that 200,000 do you need, like, at a drive-up window with a bank? Oh, 50,000. So the other 150,000, if you could grab that within 48, 72 hours, would that be liquid enough? Oh yeah, there's never an emergency that urgent.
Right.
Well then why don't we increase the safety of that money and the rate of return and turn it tax-free and put that into an IUL, and now that's your working capital account. Because you can access money out of the IUL. It's liquid, safer, and rate of return way better than the bank.
Right.
They just don't know what they don't know.
Right.
I said, would you be interested in me showing an illustration of this and examples of how you can use it for your business working capital?
Business working capital. So now, do you make the contribution for the client monthly or annually as a lump sum, or do you have to contribute on a month-to-month basis?
Another good question.
In the policy.
Well, a lot of times, if they have annual deposits, they'll put it in annually, and they say, well, what about dollar cost averaging? You can split up the annual into that if you want. But I only do monthly if that's what is their systematic way to save. I don't want them to wait a year to accumulate a lump sum to put it in. Let's start monthly. Let's put in at $5,000 a month, $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month. But most people have lump sums they want to start with.
Right.
And don't make the mistake of designing an IUL to avoid a MEC to accommodate one single deposit the first year. That's too much death benefit.
Right.
You spread that out. See, now you've got more life insurance. You're not going to get a good IRR, internal rate of return. Okay? And so you put in the lump sums, but if they've got a huge lump sum only the first year, you need to spread that out instead of trying to jack up the death benefit too high. Because now, to avoid a MEC, you created a policy that's not going to perform very well.
Right.
That makes sense. Wow. And then now let's say a policy is actively enforced. I know you talked about blossoming and decreasing the death benefits. You decrease the death benefit on some policies consistently every single year to lower that cost of insurance. Let's say some clients.
Do I reduce the death benefit?
If they didn't make enough contributions or they didn't max fund it that year when you're doing an annual review.
Oh my God.
How do you do your annual reviews? And what adjustments do you make to the policy to make sense of the client?
Well, yeah, most of the time, to be honest with you, I'd say probably 85% or more of the time, it's not a problem of I need to squeeze down my policy. I don't have as much money anymore. We're doing so well, they have more money.
Wow.
So I have a client that has 17 IULs. We just You open one and they get more money, you open another one, what have you. I think the head, right now, the head of the Securities Commission has 54 insurance policies, most of them are IUL. And he's the head of the Securities Division of the whole United States of America. SEC.
Wow.
What does that tell you about where he wants his money for liquidity and safety?
That makes a lot of sense.
You said the head of the SEC.
Yeah, what's the guy's name?
I know what you're talking about. I know who he is.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really neat.
Yeah, we did a podcast about that.
Yeah, man. We need to be on the podcast, man. That'd be really good. Equity, how would you treat that with regards to putting into an IUL for real estate investors? When you're looking at them having that lump sum like you just described, they want to take it out to do investments.
Be very careful about telling somebody to go borrow out of their personal residence to put it in the policy. A lot of carriers don't like that.
Right.
I just teach people true principles about equity management and let them govern themselves. So
Okay.
I don't even pay money in a down payment into a house, but I refinance my real estate every
Right.
5-6 years on the average, and then any extra equity I separate it and put it into IUL to keep it liquid safe, earning a rate of return that's usually double or triple the cost of the funds. Okay,
Right.
and
Better
that
than
creates
keeping it
mega
in equity.
wealth.
Yeah,
So,
I remember that.
Yeah, you can teach people. That's what Matt Zapala learned from me back
Yeah,
in
that's
2000.
I love that equity idea.
Back up, y'all. Give him some bread. Let him breathe.
Especially in the church, right? They have Dave Ramsey. They do Financial Peace
Oh, that's
University.
good.
A lot of people say, "Oh yeah, IULs are a scam. That I just go invest in term, buy term, invest the difference." I had your video. I watched it about how to respond to that. But if I'm a new agent, new person in the industry, how do I go about educating people and letting them know, okay, cool, IULs are not a scam. It's about how you design the structure. What's the rebuttal for those people who think that IULs are not good and they're not a good tool to have as a financial business?
Hold on.
If you ever watch very many of my videos, I'm an acronym guy, okay? So I said, yeah, IUL is a scam. You know what SCAM stands for? Superior Capital Accumulation Machine.
Oh my God. I say still confused about money.
That's good. Wow, that's really good, man. That's good. Because a lot of them think that. So now let's say you put the script on them, right? And they want to maybe, or they've had a bad experience. How can you help somebody who's had a
Targeted.
bad experience with IULs or the industry and everything? How can you help them turn over a new leaf and be open to seeing it from a better expert, financially savvy with IULs, even though they've had a bad